On October 31st, 2017, YouTube user phanfan47 held his final livestream. PF, as he preferred to be called, streamed urban exploration content on his now deleted channel. Although not much was known about him, discussions surrounding him and the final stream have been largely scrubbed from the internet, along with any re-uploads of the video. Only a scant few recollections remain, alongside with a single still image of the last seconds of not only his video and presumably his life. PF never found any great success or wide appeal online. This was mostly because his style of filming was often vertical first-person perspective from the camera phone he held shakenly, either in hand or on the other selfie stick, as he traversed through the direct asylums or running amusement parks. Nevertheless, he had a core audience around 20 to 30 viewers. For his last live stream, PF started the video off by stating he was going to be returning to the now abandoned apartment complex he claimed to have lived in as a child. The video began at sundown with the sun-baked crack in the parking lot. PF took a special note of all the vegetarian around the lot, as his childhood recollection of the place was an empty place, almost devoid of greenery. As he stated around, he found this fact comfortably ironic. In the parking lot, viewers got one of the only clues of the potential location of PF. He stated that he hated the desert and how barren the landscape seemed to be as a child. PF then mentioned that the apartment complex, shown to be a large multi-story building with appealing beige paint, was extremely low-rent housing for a time. Some of the viewers in the chat began asking him on why he was coming to such a location so close to sunset. He only responded with a laugh that wondered if something he had been left behind when he moved to Tamagotchi was still there, but stating the fact that it was tucked underneath an overhang in his old bedroom. He had moved towards the looming structure. On the walk over, he took a short time to hold in the promenade questions to answer segment, something that he would do throughout the live stream. The first question was, where was he? To which he made a comment about going home. Eventually, he answers the question about his username and why he had chosen it. It's for my grandson Francis, who at the time could say his only name as Fans, and the nickname stuck. He remembered as saying. This would cut out to a short segment, as PF had reached the lobby doors. Upon entering, he had showed the viewers the small reception area with multiple stories of identical doors, and all lit and eerie, almost a green light. Third floor, PF said, as he pointed to the stairs. Used to love running up and down the stairs as a kid. Both Mom and the receptionist hated that, he said, as he showed the inside of the reception and station. No one left to get mad at me now, he said with a slight laugh. With that, PF made his way up the winding stairs and then stopped the laughing thing at the landing. But then he heard leaned against the wall and answered a few more questions before telling a Chatsa story. I remembered why we moved. The place was cheap and so crime was unheard of. A few apartments on the floor above us were broken into, although nothing but food was stolen. My mom made the wisest decision to get us out of there. PF then angled the camera further up the stairs. I really shouldn't have come here, he said, his voice taking a tone of worry, much unlike his usual upbeat personality. I used to have nightmares about this place for years. Stuff like a person breaking in, snatching me up like how my mother swore strangers would do. You know. He continued talking while walking upstairs at a slow pace. I started urban explorations a few years ago because I wanted to see what it would look like in the decrepit remains of the places where people would have strong memories, and imagine what it would felt like for one of them to come back and see the current state of those places. This, however, just makes me feel wrong. I mean, I'm that person now. I remember people always being somewhere in this place, but it's like empty, and the air is stagnant instead of anywhere near as cold as I used to keep it. It makes my skin crawl. When he got to the third floor, he then scanned the area. The doors were all closed except for the one on the opposite side of the rectangular hallway. PF audibly gasped. "No way," he said quietly. The chat seemed to be asking him what's wrong. "That one," he said, pointing. "That was the one we used to live, guys." From there, accounts vary. The only thing anyone could agree on that shortly afterwards, PF began walking towards the door, opening it and stopped. Some people were claiming to have seen the video that was like the motion was coming from inside the apartment. They were in the monitoring. However, as most people would comment on how PF said something about how the furniture had not changed since he left. "I'm going to get you guys a better look," PF said. That would end up being the last known spoken words about PF before what it looked like hand grabbed the camera from the side. Then the stream ended immediately. The following is the short surviving image from the live stream that everyone was willing to share. Most people found online that discuss this live stream and as its many mysterious conclusion that will most likely caution you about this. Because, as mentioned, the posts and videos seem to get removed within weeks or even days. Apparently, towards the end of the live stream, PF mentioned that the name of the apartment complex, Lean the Furies, as whatever the current owners have either experienced a rash vandalism or that they have taken these posts down to avoid having controversy surrounding the property where they were in the process of selling, such as identifying information provided the research of this matter has been intentionally withheld in an attempt to preserve this account. If any portion of this gets removed and you have read this, you will know why. Well, my pretties, that was the final live stream of phanfan47, a creepypasta written by ClericofMadness. My final thoughts on this story? Well, this is a pretty interesting creepypasta that explains about a little bit of, well, a YouTuber user by phanfan47 who did his final live stream before his channel was deleted. Now, it honestly gives me a couple of, some theories as to, why this was the case. Now, I'm going to say now I have never heard of this person on YouTube. I never in my life have ever once heard about him. But I'm not really sure if this is actually true information or something. But I'm kind of starting to get vibes saying that it could be, once a YouTuber who did all these, kind of videos. Especially when it has been explained in this video. Like, when I narrated it. But it honestly gives me to wonder about it. Like, I'm always wondering right now about what is actually going on. It's honestly something. But for right now, I'm honestly kind of wondering about it. So, yeah. I could definitely say right now that this story, honestly, it gives me some little bit of, some vibes that it could have been maybe once, like, I don't really know what it is. But it's honestly given me, yeah. So, I really don't know much about it. But it honestly gives me, to wonder about, was he like a YouTuber or something in the past? But, like I said, I mean, the author of the story should be really amazed with how well this is. Because this is pretty much actually true, although I've never heard of this YouTuber that was mentioned in this story. But if anyone knows about it, maybe they can comment in the comments below and let me know, because I personally like to hear what you guys personally think. So anyways, I guess with that being the case and with that being said, this story, on the other hand, was honestly a pretty good story. For what the concept of all, I honestly still thought it was really neat. So, with that being the case, and with that being said, I'm definitely going to sit here and say right now that this story honestly had a really awesome concept. Like, it's honestly a really good story. Now, I definitely have to say right now that it honestly gives me, kind of makes me wonder who this person was. If anyone who knew about who this YouTuber was, maybe they can let me know in the comments below. But right now, I'm kind of not really sure about who he was or anything. But if anyone wants to know, feel free to let me know in the comments below. So, anyways, I guess with that being the case and with that being said, I'm going to sit here and just say right now that I really recommend this story. It's a pretty good one. So, anyways, with that being said, the grammar of the story is pretty good. It's definitely a really good story. It's definitely well made in detail, and I personally thought it was really enjoyable. Especially with the concept in that, I found this one to be a pretty good story. Especially with the storyline in that, I honestly really thought it was nice. So, anyways, I guess with that being the case and with that being said, I'm going to sit here and just say that this is just simply my own personal opinion. And if you happen to disagree with me, that's perfectly fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these creepypastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. Although this is a pretty good story, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty good story for what this is. But it honestly makes me wonder about that. So, anyways, I guess with that being said and that being the case, yeah, I'm going to give this one a 10 out of 10. It honestly gives me a little bit of furies and makes me curious as to what was going on and all. But it honestly was still a pretty fun story. I definitely really got to say, it's honestly makes me wonder about who this YouTuber was. Maybe if anyone knows or anything, they can let me know in the comments below. Because I personally would like to hear what you guys all think. But like I said, with that being said, the grammar of this story is pretty good. I really do see it being very readable, and it's pretty good, actually. I personally thought it was neat for what this is. So, anyways, with that being the case, and with that being said, what did you guys personally think of this story? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what you have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Feel free to leave me now what your thoughts are down in the comments below. I'm the Lion Queen. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, and if you're new to my channel, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications to when I upload, that way you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out, and like always, please roll the outro because I'm out.